My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.
What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Star Wars Black Series Kmart exclusive Kylo Ren at the Starkiller Base. Now here we have Kylo Ren in the packaging. You can see his package is slightly bigger than a standard Black Series box, so let's actually pull one out here. So you can see that it is slightly bigger than your standard Black Series box. Let me get my hair off the set, sorry about that. And he also has these little designs in the background. My guess is to kind of simulate trees, because the trees are seen during the Starkiller Base scenes from what we've seen in the trailer. In case you don't know, Starkiller Base is the First Order's base of operations. On the side just says Kylo Ren Starkiller Base. We have a picture of Kylo Ren missing his hood and his scarf. That's actually interesting. On the back, no real read-up of the Starkiller Base or Kylo Ren. We just basically get the same bio that we've been getting with every Kylo Ren. A dark warrior strong with the Force, Kylo Ren commands First Order missions with a temper as fiery as his unconventional lightsaber. And once again, here's a picture of Kylo Ren. Nothing on this side except I don't know what that says. Well, that's pretty interesting. But anyway, that's Kylo Ren for you. So what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get him open up, and we'll go on to the rest of his review. So sit tight, everyone. And so here we have Kylo Ren posing out of the packaging. Now before we get on to the figure himself, let's actually show off his accessories, if I can move Kylo Ren off for just a little bit. He does come with this nice little display stand, actually. It's mainly a translucent plastic, as you can see my hand right through it. But it is painted with like frost whiting, like frosting, I don't know the proper term for it. But you can see some speckles of white and just the way it's painted. Looks like snow and ice, so really looking forward to see more of the Starkiller Base. Not much is known other than it is a weaponized planet, but there are some details in the little footprints, as you can see, the bottom of Kylo Ren's boots. And then right here, it's a little harder to make out, but that's almost looks like another footstep there. So that's interesting to note. One thing I will point out is that there are no peg holes on here. So if you're going to stand Kylo Ren on the base, his feet will have to be there the exact way that they're here. Otherwise, you're not going to get him to stand in the snow. Moving that off to the side, he also does come with this lightsaber. Now, Kylo Ren does have the crossguard lightsaber, and I might actually pose my Kylo Ren with this lightsaber, because this is more accurate than the first release. So if I can just take a little break really fast to show you the difference between the two. And so here we have the original Kylo Ren's lightsaber and the Starkiller Base Kylo Ren's lightsaber, and you can see that there is a huge difference in them being this little section right here, whereas this one had it just so you could remove all three blades without the fear of losing them. This one has all three blades sculpted on. How do I feel about that? It gives it a really nice effect, although you do lose some of the fiery effect in the crossguard here, but it really does look nice going all throughout the blade. If anything, I think this one is textured all the way to the tip, so that's really good. And of course, Kylo Ren does have that really fiery, I'm guessing unstable lightsaber crystal, giving it this really unique look to it. I'm really looking forward to that. But he also does come with this unignited lightsaber, which is the exact same sculpt as this one. So if you really wanted to, you could take the lightsaber off and just peg it onto this one. But that's really up to you. This one does have better detail than this one. You can see there's more copper, there's more red. This one has a red wire going on it. This one is just silver gray and that little copper spot. This one does stand out a little more, so I do like this one over this one, so let's move those off to the side so we can bring out Kylo Ren. And so here we have Kylo Ren pose And I'm going to say he's basically the exact same figure that we got in his previous release. Let's actually bring out that Kylo Ren right now. And you can see they're basically the same figure. The only difference is it's not the hood. The only reason the hood is like that is because I'm still trying to work with this one. The only difference being is that there's a little more detail on this one's belt. And actually, you can take the belt off. I didn't even know that. That's interesting. But anyway, this one has like silver in the belt, where this one is just all gray, like a really dark gray. And then something else to point out is the detail on the bottom of the cloak and the boots. He has like this frosting going on to simulate the snow, whereas this one is just the standard Kylo Ren. Another thing to note is the left hand on each of them. Let's actually get both of their left hands here. You can see that they have very different hands actually. It's not the same sculpt with the fingers extended outward, because this one does hinge differently. If you remember, this Kylo Ren had a hinge that goes up and down like this. This one has a hinge that goes in and out. So it is a completely new hand sculpt, and you know, honestly, I like this hand sculpt better than the grasping hand, because this one looks like he's using the Force. It makes for better display options is what I'm really getting at. But anyway, going on to the figure, let's go on to some of his detail. Once again, standard Kylo Ren figure. You can see the helmet is really nicely done. The paint could have been better on the mask, but it's nothing that I can't fix over time. And you know what, it kind of looks like worn damage, so I'm okay with it. But once again, he does have the soft goods cloak, which goes into the little scarf and all the way down. Scarf is once again this soft plastic. One thing to note on Kylo Ren is that if you have this one, the skirt piece is going to be out a little bit, only because in package his leg is out and it makes the... Okay, there we go. It makes the little skirt piece hang out, so be aware of that. A hair dryer or some hot water will get that to this where you want it, so it's no big deal. But anyway, if the camera will focus, you can see that there's not too much silver paint in this, like on his original release, which I'm a little disappointed in. But yes, he does have the snow on the bottom of his costume. And you can, there is a texture too, where they painted, like, it's really pretty obvious that it's painted and not just like a different fabric in this. Kylo Ren's getting my display, or my studio all dirty. I'm going to fix his collar, but after the review. So that's Kylo Ren for you, and like I said, you can still see all the little details in his little costume. I don't know if it's a robe or his actual shirt. We'll find out in the movie, which comes out in about a month. Going on to his articulation, Kylo Ren has the same articulation. If you remember, he has a ball-jointed head, which really can't look up or down that much, and it's due to this scarf piece. It does move left and right, and some really, really slight, if not no head bobble whatsoever, but you can get him to look left and right. He does have a neck hinge, but like I said, because of the scarf, it is kind of hard to access. You can move the scarf around, but it's not going to do much, unfortunately. Arms on a ball joint go out. They do a full 360, not at all hindered by the scarf, although this arm kind of butts up against the scarf. He's single jointed at the elbow, spins at the elbow. His right hand has a vertical hinge, while his left hand has that horizontal hinge. But it's the same for both arms, minus the hands, which have their own unique hinges. Once again, he has that ball-jointed torso, which goes back and forth quite a bit, responsible for the spin. No waist articulation because the swivel is up here at his chest. Let's go forward, back, and out to about that far. He's double jointed in the knees. I can show that off. He has a thigh swivel, which, there we go, kind of stiff on mine. And then he has a hinged ankle with some pivots, so you can get him in a lot of dynamic posing if you really want to. But that's Kylo Ren on the Starkiller Base for you, so what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get him posed up, and move on to my final thoughts that will wrap up his review, so sit tight everyone. And so here we have Kylo Ren posed for my final thoughts. Overall, just a really nice figure, and I really do like this display base that he came with. It really makes him stand out from all the other figures. I do like the little paint that they use for his cloak here. It's really nice, and it goes with the Starkiller Base. Now, one glaring issue I have is that he will fall off the Starkiller of this little display base with minimal effort because there are no peg holes here. So if you're going to have him displayed, be aware that no peg holes means he is going to be really easy to topple over. You just have to find that center of balance and get his feet in there, and he'll stand just fine. But anyway, I'm really happy with this purchase. I already had Kylo Ren, but I was really looking forward to this one. I don't know why, I just really love the character so far, and I don't really know much about him. But just a really nice looking figure. I do like this lightsaber over the one we initially got, so he is a nice update, especially if you're looking for your ultimate Kylo Ren. You can mix and match parts with him, if you so wish. I picked Kylo Ren up at Kmart, and that is the only place where you can find the Starkiller Base Kylo Ren. At the time I'm making this, he was actually on sale for $20. I'm not exactly sure what his actual cost is, because this is the first time I see him. But $20, that's basically what all the other Black Series figures go for, so that's actually a steal, especially with this base. If you can find him, especially for $20, I highly recommend you pick him up. There are some issues with the Starkiller Base. It's really hard to get him to stand, and like I said, it's just really easy to topple him over. But if you can find him, I highly recommend you pick him up. And this is King of Dragons 5000 saying, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, tell me what you'd like to see me review. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Take care, everyone.